Mr. President, America knows you're real. They know the Democrats are the anti-American globalist, allied with the Chi-Coms, radical Islam, the unelected EU, and others. If you come out before the midterms and make the censorship the big issue and them trying to steal the election, and if you make the fact that we need an Internet Bill of Rights and antitrust busting on these companies, if they don't back off right now, and if you don't come out and point out that the communist Chinese have penetrated and infiltrated and are way, way worse than the Russians because it's true, and the Democrats are scared of that coming out, and you've got the Feinstein info coming out, and more is about to come out, just as I've told everybody, then they will be able to steal the midterms and start the impeachment. It's the right thing to do, Mr. President. It's the truth. And it's crazy to believe it. It's crazy to understand it. I know you've been told this, from our technology to the South China Sea to everything, to them having 98% of rare earth minerals. They didn't do that by themselves. They were given that. David Rockefeller said he was going to move everything to China. They said they were going to do all this. And now you've stepped in. The country's coming back from the dead. They're desperate to stop it, and they're trying to stop you and every American from having their speech by defaming me, lying about what I've done, Soros financing fake lawsuits to give it legitimacy, and now deplatforming me ahead of it because the lawsuits are all getting thrown out because they're lies. 90% of what's in these things are total frauds. See, the globalists call themselves, and their hordes of paid agitators and bureaucrats and college professors, they call themselves the resistance. And they bully everybody in their system, in corporate systems and government, you name it, to submit to them. They think they've broken your back. They think they've got control of your life. They think that they run and govern your destiny. And if you look at drudgereport.com, we're going to play when we come back where he warned 2.5 years ago of what was coming. He has it as the main link, Alex Jones Live. How dare Drudge defile them? How dare he challenge Google, Facebook, Twitter, and their subsidiaries, YouTube, and all the rest, like iTunes, that have all banned me in the last day so that you can't actually hear what we're here saying, so that you can't hear what we're actually doing. They don't want you to see the success that Trump has had. They don't want you to understand how much success we can have. And they don't want you to know what I'm going to cover. We've got to back the guest off because I have to cover this because we need to communicate with the White House and everybody else right now. The globalists think they're going to break your back. They think you're going to break your will. But when I come back, I'm going to brief the world. And I'm going to brief the White House on what they already know to be true and what needs to happen. This is communist China with the EU and Juncker openly saying that they are manipulating and that they are controlling our elections in America. This is the true election meddling, as Congressman Gates and others have said, contributions in kind when conservative voices are regulated and shut down over 90% right now. Well, so far, only Tucker Carlson, Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, some, and of course Matt Drudge, big time, have said, look, the left is trying to shut down Alex Jones. They're demonizing what he said and done. They're taking it out of context. But regardless, once big tech organizes in a monopoly and tries to deplatform somebody everywhere, that is to set a precedent to do it officially to conservatives ahead of the midterms. Now, since they've got big sites now, and Congressman Gates reported on this 2 weeks ago, finally, we tried to get the info to him, that they have sites that track shadow banning. The average conservative, we put up the graph earlier, is shadow banned 93%. Even Facebook even admitted a few months ago that they were shadow banned 80% on average. I had told you that number as well because we could look at it in Google Analytics ourselves. I'm just giving you numbers here. Okay, that's why they keep being accurate. Now, Paul, they really fear Paul Watson even more than me because he's really good looking. Young people like him even more. I have a young audience, but also a bigger, older audience. Paul doesn't really have a big, old audience. We have a big military audience, but he has new potential millennium voters. Paul is 97% banned. 97% banned. Now, Candace Owens is also really hot with black voters, women, and young people. She retweeted what the New York Times writer put out saying white people are subhuman, and she was banned. Now they're saying it's an error. That's what they did to me at first, too, just to get the idea out with a popular personality. Oh, that it's an accident. Oh, we accidentally banned Trump's Twitter. We accidentally banned Sean Hannity's Twitter. And then later, oh, we're going to give him a strike. Oh, until you hear it over and over again, you think, well, he's had a lot of chances. Go ahead and get rid of him. So there's a formulae, and I've been under it for years, so no one can tell you about it better than me. I run a multimedia operation. In every way we can get out, we get out. We don't charge for what we put out. Other people do. It's one reason we're on so many platforms, thousands of them, because I just want to reach hearts and minds. I pay $500,000 a year to beam satellites into Asia where no money comes back. I pay $140,000 a year to beam high-powered shortwave into Africa and the Middle East. I get no money from it. It's on former Voice of America transmitters because we are the Voice of America. We are promoting free market and God and country and sovereignty and really taking care of our nation. And that's why I backed Trump. I didn't back Clinton. I didn't back Bush Jr. I didn't back Obama because they were all globalists that vacation together and call each other brother. It's sick. So you got this New York Times writer. They found hundreds of more tweets saying she hopes all the whites die, how much she hates cops, how she loves it when they end up dying. She's a monster. But Sherry Zhang is allowed to do whatever she wants and actually say hateful, vicious things. And guess what? I think that witch, that arrogant little SJW Antifa pig, has a right to be on the New York Times editorial board because they're a free country, huh? But this same group wants me shut off, and they can't show you the tweets. Sherry Zhang can't show you the tweets of me. No one will show you what it is I actually said. Drudge Report linked 4 months ago after Parkland to our video of where I said the police stood down at Parkland. YouTube removed it and put a strike on me saying that I said nobody died and they were crisis actors. When Drudge linked to our video, it got 14 million views. They took it down. I put it back up on our platform, 14 million views, totally viral. YouTube had to take the strike down, and they said to Bloomberg, they said somebody inside our organization who was recently trained with the Southern Poverty Law Center went too far and deleted thousands of channels. So again, I'm going to explain something. You know about it when I'm getting banned or shadow banned because I'll make a big deal about it. Matt Gaetz was shadow banned, and we told him 2 weeks before. Roger Stone told him on the phone and in text messages, we've run you through their system. We have sites that look at this. We sent him links. You're already 90% banned on Twitter. Gaetz went up during the committee hearing and said, you're a private company. You can do whatever you want. Not even getting it. So the next day, they shadow banned him 99%. They go, this guy's an idiot. We all just lied to him and said, we don't censor any conservatives. He said, that's fine. Just don't talk about killing congressmen. And then the next day, they banned him down to nothing. Then he said he felt victimized. And I'm not trying to put Matt Gaetz down. Just come on, man. Get it together. Figure out what's going on. Mainstream corporate media is fake news. They're the enemy of the American people, like the president said. And now they're coming after everybody. Now, if you want to get into the real reason all this is happening, I know it's demoralizing. I don't want to demoralize people, but facts are facts, like having cancer. It's operable. We can fix it, Mr. President. You know the Office of Personnel Management was done by insiders. That's even come out in intelligence reports. They try to keep it quiet because it's such treason, it's unbelievable. We know China owns the majority of our debt after the private Federal Reserve. We know they now own Hollywood. You've helped block some of them buying up American Bandstand, a few final things they didn't own. We know that they're teaching Maoism in the colleges, and all 50 major state-funded colleges have major Chi-Com infiltration. Some of them are run by the Chi-Coms. Even the Washington Post had to admit. We know that the People's Army of China has been caught running Dianne Feinstein's operation. We know their penetration is hundreds of times that of the Russians. We know they're involved in election meddling, and we're so arrogant they went to Davos a year and a half ago and said they would stop your agenda, along with Juncker. Mr. President, America knows you're real. They know the Democrats are the anti-American globalist, allied with the Chi-Coms, radical Islam, the unelected EU, and others. If you come out before the midterms and make the censorship the big issue and them trying to steal the election, and if you make the fact that we need an Internet Bill of Rights and antitrust busting on these companies, if they don't back off right now, and if you don't come out and point out that the communist Chinese have penetrated and infiltrated and are way, way worse than the Russians, because it's true, and the Democrats are scared of that coming out, and you've got the Feinstein info coming out, and more is about to come out, just as I've told everybody, then they will be able to steal the midterms and start the impeachment. It's the right thing to do, Mr. President. It's the truth. And it's crazy to believe it. It's crazy to understand it. I know you've been told this. From our technology to the South China Sea to everything, to them having 98% of rare earth minerals, they didn't do that by themselves. They were given that. David Rockefeller said he was going to move everything to China. They said they were going to do all this. And now you've stepped in. The country's coming back from the dead. They're desperate to stop it, and they're trying to stop you and every American from having their speech by defaming me, lying about what I've done, Soros financing fake lawsuits to give it legitimacy, and now deplatforming me ahead of it because the lawsuits are all getting thrown out because they're lies. 90% of what's in these things are total frauds. And they know we're getting stronger, and they know we're moving forward, and they now have made the wrong move. I believe they've jumped the shark. I believe they've won the battle, but they're going to lose the war if you, with your vision, continue to take action and make free speech and this internet antitrust garbage the #1 issue and move against them now. If you don't, they are going to steal the midterms. They're already doing it with economic contributions to the Democrats, blocking everybody else's speech that supports America and making it great again and your agenda.
You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
I'm a nasty woman.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Electrify your day with Secret 12. It's like lightning in a bottle. We all have days in which we just can't seem to perform at the level we'd like to. InfoWars Life Secret 12 is designed to naturally energize your body and mind with 2 great tasting and super high quality forms of vitamin B12. Proper vitamin and nutrient intake is essential to keep your body functioning at optimum levels. The reality is, it's hard to take in the proper amount of vitamins we need each day with our modern diets. Secret 12 by InfoWars Life is an easy way to naturally upgrade your vitamin B12 intake and support your body's natural systems. It pairs 2 forms of vitamin B12 into one explosive formula. Vitamin B12 supports healthy energy levels through red blood cell formation and aiding in the body's natural processes, but it also assists with many other functions of the body. Electrify your mind and body and take your health to the next level. Experience the power of Secret 12 at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com.